you clowns made a new video about me. Huh. I thought you were going to rebuttal my video about you messing up Earth's globe radius. I hope to see it soon, because people would like to see how you rebuttal it, piece of garbage. Finally, the two butt pluggers gave up on their old map after 7 fucking years and admitting it don't work with navigation, but they strawmanned me for like 7 years by saying I was wrong, and now they grabbed some morphing map from the internet and claim that is our reality. And if you want to use it, you need to center the map on the location that you are going to use. Center it. But the problem is, you cannot add 2 observers at the same moment in 2 different countries, according to those idiots. They go from one map to a ton of maps. Each country is a map. Different layout. No, these are really 2 fucking clowns. Hey Ronnie, you look like a girl, man.
One more question. It says, so the poles can be both single and dual poles at the same time? So
No.
They're just 2. They're never one. It's never an AE map single pole projection. That is the only way that you cannot describe reality, right, Jay?
Yeah, Earth has 2 poles. There's never one. Simple way to see this, everyone. We've been sharing this for a while. We'll just hit animate on this, and you can see this right here is representing the North Pole. You have the stars rotating around the North Pole. We actually might be in the south. So we've got 2 poles. We've got one pole right here when you're at the equator. Both poles are at the horizon.
A stereographic reality, you have to have 2 poles. One where Polaris would be and one where the Sigma Octans region, 180 north and 180 south. Those are the 2 spots in reality.
Hopefully QNF doesn't show up now.
In reality, your reality makes no sense. You seem to have more than 2 poles. Do you understand it? Here, placing this thing on the equator. Oh, look what a nice fat pole I made for you. 2 poles, Polaris and the Sigma Octantis region. There must be another fat pole opposite of the North Pole. Hold on, I don't see it. Where is it? Let's move over to somewhere in the north and see where the north and the south pole are. Oh, why the Sigma Octantis region? It's pointing in a different direction. It should point to the south. That will not work, guys. And I'm wondering why you don't show your celestial sphere anymore. Oh, you place a celestial sphere over your map and you call it local. Looks like a dome.
Exactly like what we see in the sky.
You put the celestial sphere over your map. Wow, amazing. It's like a flat earth dome. Huh. Jesus Christ, the stars must be circling. Look at this shit. So the stars around the edge of the Earth in your tiny model. That's not very local.
Because everybody wants to go to Eastern Australia. I guess Western's real boring. And when you go south of the equator, the pole goes up in the air until you get directly underneath it and it's straight overhead.
I just wish that QN Dummy was here, and Jake the Asshole, and all these guys, Jaren, Nachiketa, all these guys.
All thanks to the big dummy. He set us up for it, right?
Thank you, QN Dummy. Thank you.
All right, where's the only place people are going to get this content?
Only on the non-QN Dummy Team Yahawashai News Networks. Perfect example. Thank you. That's a
All right.
home run.
2 poles, 2 poles.
2 poles. I bet you guys love to touch poles. But 2 poles, you mean per location? No, that is not what you mentioned. There are only 2 poles. But I just have shown you all your poles pointing in a different direction. Piece of shit.
Always.
North Pole, South Pole, always.
Yeah, so that was great, Jay. I'm really excited. I think this has been probably the absolute top best Flat Earth Friday that I've ever been involved in. I'm super humbled. I'm grateful to be here.
Australia at 34 degrees south and 151 degrees east. All right, think for a minute. What is a New World Order shill going to want to say when he sees this? It should be pretty obvious. If you can't see what they're going to want to strawman, let me point it out for you. They're going to want to say, what about a flight from New Orleans to Cairo? That's the wrong heading and distance. What about a flight from Cairo to Buenos Aires? That is the wrong heading and distance. What about a flight from Buenos Aires to Cape Town? That's not the right heading and distance. And if you fly from Cape Town, South Africa to Sydney, Australia to either the north or the south, that's not the right heading or distance.
That's not what I'm going to say now. Why these pilots only Pac-Man from, let's say, west to east and east to west and not north to south or south to north? Are they hiding the secret shortcuts? That's kind of strange. Look at for example, California to East Africa. According to your Pac-Man map, the plane here, Pac-Mans or asteroids to the other side. Why they not Pac-Man from south to north or from north to south? Here, this plane can depart from California and end up somewhere in East Africa. Why don't they take this shortcut? Why you not show a shortcut from north to south or from south to north on your asteroids map? And what about that plane that departs from South Africa? Flying so-called south, it disappears at the 50th latitude south and then pops up on the other side at the 70th latitude south. Are you telling me this plane suddenly jumps from the 50th latitude south to the 70th latitude south? It looks like your tiny retard model is confusing you. Morons.
Call it asteroids. Call the map that we promote asteroids. When something goes across one of the borders, what it does is it wraps around to the other side.
And people were like, well, how does the edges work? But now we finally found a way to virus into their minds that the edges wrap around, just like in the game Asteroids.
Clowns?
Maybe we just can't navigate correctly because of this orientation. Maybe the orientation we've been using the last 7 years is better. If we plot out our cities here, does navigating by drawing straight lines between points work better? Let's give it a shot. New Orleans, Cairo, Buenos Aires, Cape Town, and Sydney with the orientation we've been using for 7 years. Nope, this absolutely does not work.
Yes, for the last 7 years. I'm telling you guys, it don't work. And you strawman the shit out of me.
And it's the most accurate stereographic map of Earth. And you could navigate by it. You absolutely could navigate by it.
So, and as you can see, remember, when you follow your compass, that curved line becomes your path to the magnetic north, right? This is how we can travel and navigate. And these lines also, when put onto a sphere, they become great circle routes.
Which is a two-dimensional flat map that you would be able to navigate by. So you would be able to actually dead reckon across this map just by drawing a straight line from point to point.
You can actually navigate the map with the stars that are put up there, and they tell the beautiful story of the Father. This is the truth. You can circumnavigate our map, and it's flat. It has 4 corners. It follows every guideline that the scripture said. So what we are showing here is the correct way that you could navigate and plot. As we've done the back research, this is the map. So what we have here is you could plot out where everybody is along this path.
Straight line right there is the dead reckoning. The dead reckoning.
That's right.
Yeah.
And now you're admitting it don't work? You are 2 clowns?
This absolutely is not the correct heading and distance for a flight from New Orleans to Cairo.
Maybe it's time to apologize to those 200 viewers of yours because you lied to them for 7 years by saying best map for everything. You want me to pull up a video with your retard claims? Idiots.
This is absolutely not the correct heading and distance for a flight between Buenos Aires to Sydney.
Oh, that means you could not navigate with this map. Huh.
So you would be able to actually dead reckon across this map just by drawing a straight line from point to point. Straight line right there is the dead reckoning. The dead reckoning.
That's right.
Yeah.
I heard you claim otherwise.
You absolutely could navigate by it. And it makes it verifiable as far as flight times and all that kind of stuff is concerned. It's the most accurate stereographic map of Earth.
Those shills who go around spreading misinformation.
And it's the most accurate stereographic map of Earth.
This is the game. This is how they play it. Jason and I don't play.
No, we literally are the guys that debunk the top heliocentric shills in the world. And we also debunk the Freemason New World Order AE map and model. So we are on a flat, motionless plane that is not circular, right? And the scriptures are correct. It's got 4 corners. It's a stereographic map. And it's pretty neat. Once we put our heart to finding it, it took us like a month, and we had it. And it's the most accurate stereographic map of Earth. And you could navigate by it. So you take a sighting of where the sun is at solar noon, well, it's above this location at this certain time, and it takes 24 hours for it to follow a path between the tropics. And so we've got it represented, the tropics, the equator.
Right? And as you see here, as they pass each other, this is how we get where we can actually measure in the sky where we get eclipses, right? When the sun and the moon cross each other in the path.
Well, the tropics are highlighted. There's the equator.
See right here? That's an eclipse. Boom.
Oh, boom. This is an eclipse. Oh, wow. An eclipse? Observed from which location, if I may ask, idiot?
As above, so below, right?
No, no, no.
So what does this mean? Does it mean that single-pole azimuthal equidistant projections are better at navigating with? Of course not. The Mercator being stretched away from the equator, and the Gall-Peters being stretched near the equator. No, you cannot draw lines between points on any projection.
Exactly. That is what I teach for the last 7 years. You cannot measure distances with a ruler. You must use a coordinate system to measure distances on any map. And recently, you guys thanked me for bringing that to your attention. Huh? You remember that?
And consider that a heading and a distance, at least not on a projection that represents all of Earth. So obviously, this is not the way navigation is done.
Indeed. And you hijacked that from me. And now trying to use that against me. Strawmanning me. You guys are pieces of shit.
Especially considering that it's impossible. So how is it done then? It is done by the latitude and longitude coordinate system mathematically. Let me show you.
This is on the Gleasons when using the latitude and longitude on the map. It's a match. 4104 kilometer.
You have to use some base for measuring things.
Yeah, a working coordinate system instead of a tiny ruler. A working coordinate system. But your shit is not even working with the coordinate system.
On the Gleasons, it's, well, let's see, let's measure this. And let's go. So from the hollow about here, that will be 1, and then that will be 2. Approximately 3 times bigger, New Zealand. That's interesting, isn't it?
How do you measure this fucking retard? So 3 times the size. Let's check that out. New Zealand, 1350 kilometer. I'm here on the 37 latitude south and 178 longitude about. And now I go here. That's 46 latitude south and 166 longitude. Let's check that on the Gleason map. So I'm here about 178 longitude. That's 1408 kilometer. Statue miles. 875 miles. Kilometer. 1408. That's only like about 50 kilometers difference.
Approximately 3 times bigger, New Zealand. That's interesting, isn't it?
Idiot. I'm not even going to do it on your map. Because it's impossible, piece of shit.
He has an idea that the ball sun makes circles over the Gleasons.
How the fuck you come with this idea? I have 100 videos disproving the circling sun. Are you motherfucking deaf? Here, you blind motherfuckers. Look at this. Most disprove the spinning sun over the Gleason's map and all other maps. Retards.
With the latitude-longitude coordinate system, you simply put in the lat and long for your first location and the lat and long for your second location, and voila! It gives you the distance and heading.
Wow, like you invented something new. Oh.
We hit enter and BAM! The distance between these coordinates is 6,247 nautical miles and the heading is 90 degrees east. No projection is going to give you that answer. None of them.
Play the dummy clip. You have to be an absolute dummy. You dummy!
Just show you can navigate blindly on the fold open globe. And Australia is the correct size according to the coordinates. Exactly. Some flat earthers claim Australia is twice the size. And I'm not sure, but I believe I made this video for a Glober, telling him Australia is not twice the size according to the coordinate system on this globe projection. It looks bigger, but in fact it's the same size. You can calculate the coordinates, just like I did. And Australia is the correct size according to the coordinates.
According to the coordinates. You I don't think we're going to be able to get too far through this with this. That you're going to have to play that dummy. Keep your hand over that button. Keep going.
It looks bigger, but in fact it's the same size. You can calculate the coordinates.
It's the same size.
Oh, this guy is too much.
That's what they say. That's what he says, right?
It's completely backwards irrational reality. Like,
Fucking cum swappers. Why, when I do it, it seems to be wrong? But when you apply this method on your map, it's correct. What a fucking morons. Jesus Christ. Don't you want me to teach the flat earthers Australia is not twice the size? You don't want me to put that out? You don't want me to put out there is no ice ring of 100,000 kilometers? Don't you want me to show that to the people? Why you hijack measuring distances with the coordinate system from me, and now you use it some kind of against me, you fucking morons, lying scumbag.
Yeah, the coordinate system actually shows that this is getting smaller.
Yes, fucking assholes. I was telling that in this video, and you laugh at me, you fucking butt pluckers, liars. Why you always expose yourself to be dumb clowns? Jesus Christ, your viewers must be stupid not to notice any of it.
Each one of these latitudes from the equator equally to the way they get smaller in the north. The south matches the north, getting smaller to a point. So this is not a correct heading or length. I'm just going to keep hammering on that over and over and over.
And cum swappers, I never made any claims about flight routes. Nothing. I just pointed out a couple of locations on this map projection and draw lines between them. Navigate on the map blindly from point A to point B on the map. Piece of shit. Stop strawmanning me, liar.
Are you dumb?
All it is the sun traveling between the tropics.